Yeah, there's actually another reason. I am showing in Discord, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm gonna be upset that we're not gonna read this SCP because they decided to make their own instead of fucking going with it. Is because it's not just a slight amount of information. I'm still going. I am still going. I am still going.
I'm gonna try to say this as gently as possible, but do you expect content farms to read?
No. Alright. Oh wow, a lot of people put work into this. Interesting.
Yes,
Almost
it
as
looks
if
like
it's a
an
really big
amazing
project.
SCP.
It takes so long to go up the page.
And it would take even longer to read through it.
Probably take us all night to read that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move Daryl.
I guess in that case, we can be at the very least slightly thankful that they decided to just make their own shit for this, because we won't spend the next 2 hours reading.
Yeah.
But it would have been
Oh.
fun.
Yeah, also...
I mean, fair enough, but still.
Bookworm Entertain Stream, because I forgot to set up Bingo Board.
Yeah, Bookworm. What do you
Right.
mean Bookworm Entertain Stream? You're still here, and we're still here. Why are you outsourcing your stream content to your viewers?
The fish isn't good enough. The snake isn't good enough. No, you're going to bookworm the person watching.
Yes.
You little shit.
What's Bookworm supposed to do? Light your chat on fire?
Well, you are good enough, bookworm, but people can't hear you.
So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here, put 0, a 0.
Yeah,
0.
it's just another don't count.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed, because this is probably gonna be one of my new favorites. Because I'm off tomorrow. Because I have to wait for the, inspector. So I can probably read it on my own tomorrow. Oh, that's a fucking good read.
Book says, I have a plan.
Yeah, alright. So, here's one. Oh my god!
Oh no. I need to figure out how to set up those sound alerts things.
Yeah. Also, here's one thing.
I just realized how many bits they just used.
I forgot to turn on my fan. That's the main reason I'm overheated. The reason why...
I was asking how you could forget.
Because it was as low as 60 degrees today. And I'm usually don't have my fan turned on when it's like that. But I forgot to turn it back on when I did the stream.
Right? Computers always need the fan on.
I mean, ADHD does come with more forgetfulness.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, I will say Spoot has ADHD and has not forgotten important things, but sometimes they forget that they've done it, so they check a few times.
Yeah, similar things like that.
Alright.
Yeah. Just remember, if fan not on, computer might melt. Computer melting bad. Computer melting expensive.
Yeah.
Computer not melting expensive. This thing's a piece of shit anyway.
Yeah. I actually... Oh my god, anyways, I was gonna say, I am gonna get a new computer soon. Mainly because the new job, new pay raise. I'm most likely gonna get $25 an hour.
Nice.
And I'm making 18 now, so huge jump.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, here's the thing. I love this thumbnail because it looks so weird. It's stupid. Hold on, you get to see it before stream does.
That's stupid.
What the
Adurna,
what the fuck
give
am I
us a
looking
sign.
at?
Is Jerry gay?
Oh my god.
Hey! Harry is 100% gay.
Like,
I'm never.
Jerry.
What?
Jerry,
is
give
it
us
like
a sign.
is it
Are
like
you
a
gay?
random
You already know
Fucking-
the answer to that.
Adurna,
oh
tell us,
what's the
does Jerry
species?
have husbands?
I forget the name of the species, but there's like a
Adurna, how
reptilian
many
race
huns
in
does Jerry
Star
have?
Wars. Is it like one of
going on?
them, except like
Change
fucking
that so people can
going
count
Super
them.
Saiyan
Adurna, give us a sign if
and in a red
Jerry
hat?
has
Why is it
husbandos.
so long?
Did you?
What the fuck did you just say, and how did
What's
you
so long?
pronounce it? That
Hey,
offended?
Adurna, give us a sign.
Pandos.
It's Jerry.
I
Oh.
stuttered on it. I stuttered on the word.
Oh, that's still going on?
I know what husbandos are.
Going.
What the fuck is huspandos?
I don't
Oh,
know.
When
Fuck.
will
Is
it
it a
end?
panda that you marry?
Oh,
I was
it's
talking
wait,
about.
no, it's still going.
No, I was talking about, you know how there's waifus.
Trandoshans.
No.
That's
Wait, no.
that's what I was
Adurna.
thinking of. The Trandoshans.
Oh, idiot.
Adurna. Tell us if Jerry has male waifus.
Oh my god, pass me, shut up. Oh, it ended. It finally ended. Just kept going, yeah. Anyways, everyone ready? I will reiterate, we can't do this SCP. We're not reading this SCP because they decided to make their own instead of watch.
Did you just pronounce reiterate as reiterate?
Shut
Yes.
Uh,
He doesn't know how to speak.
up. Shut up. Anyway, so yeah, that's why. So we're gonna be. Bookhorn, shut the fuck up. Anyways.
Just remember, this is the same person that can somehow pronounce basically every sword or dagger in every language.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're just gonna... I'm gonna read this in my spare time tomorrow. Absolutely. While, playing my, legal device.
Legal device makes me think you're gonna play porn.
No, I'm... it's my
Like,
2DS that's doesn't have anything on it.
That still makes me think you're playing porn.
Who would play porn on a 2DS?
2DS porn, yes. My favorite modus operandi to play porn is on a 2DS.
Bookworm, I will neither deny nor say yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake, let's just watch the stupid video already.
Yeah, we're watching it.
I spent the last 15.
Oh, shit. God damn it. You fucking YouTube. Alright. Is everyone ready?
Can we ever truly be ready for this?
No. Also, there's still marshmallows. Wait, where is Daryl?
Daryl is gone
Daryl
to
died.
another pond. Take us with you, Daryl.
Hold on. I'm reopening it, Daryl. I'm reopening Daryl. That sounds wrong.
Daryl ran away from the content farms, according to Bookworm.
I don't even want to consider what reopening Daryl would entail.
Hold on, I'm trying.
The screams from the abyss.
Why won't Daryl show? I want Daryl.
Well, Daryl loves you, but the content farms apparently make him vanish. I think that's kind of hilarious, actually.
Yes.
So, looks like Daryl's just gone.
Wait, what?
I think it broke. They are working on it. I'm in the Discord, so they are working on it. So I think it broke.
So Daryl just broke at a hilarious moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways, right in 3.
Before
Hmm.
I will now hold on. I need to waste more time
Oh my god.
by saying, let's see what aberrations I fish up with this aberrated bait. I got a snag squid. I'm struggling to catch the shard skate or the shard ray, and that's it. Anyway,
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
I spent the last 15 years of my life observing a creature we've known as
I thought their art
SCP-6009.
got better.
No
Why
one has
did it
ever
go
thought
back
to
to
ask
this?
its name, but then again, only 5 people ever had the chance to speak it, all of which died shortly after the discussion. The first
what
2
the
were
fuck was that
unrecorded interviews.
walk cycle?
I don't know.
Is it not recorded, or are the files corrupted?
Right.
You can't have both, because corrupted files means it was recorded, but it cannot be played. It cannot be looked at.
Wait,
They're corrupted.
oh my
If it's not
god.
corrupted, I mean, if it's not recorded, it means it can't be corrupted because it wasn't recorded.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta do a thing.
Okay.
For a book, it was frozen.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna see something.
I spent the last 15 years of my life observing a creature we've
Yep,
known
it's
as
moving now.
SCP-6009.
Okay.
No one has ever thought to ask its name, but then again, only 5 people ever had the chance to speak it, all of which died shortly after the discussion. The first 2
Yeah.
The fucking walk cycle and now the corrupted, non-existent footage.
It's kind of like saying this picture is black, then this picture is white. Is it black? Is it white?
Something's bothering me. Why are the fingers crooked? Like, you can see it, like, they have so many ridges.
Out of all the things you could be bothered by, not by the bad walk thing, not by the fact that they're saying it was both not recorded and that it was recorded, but it's corrupted files that you cannot enter.
Yes.
It's the bad fingers.
Yes.
Well, just so you know, the pinky's too long.
Yeah.
Also, just so you know,
And the
I
thumb
hate
is
it here.
broken. We love you. The thumb is broken.
Yeah, Bookworm says bro got in a fist fight and broke his finger. Which
If
it
you
is too
notice,
long.
the top of the thumb is technically bent wrong, and at the bottom, it's too thin, meaning there's basically no tendons and muscle in that spot at the base of the thumb.
His thumb is just a dangly bit of skin.
We're only 16 seconds in the video.
Well, you're the one who wanted to focus on the hand, Bright.
were unrecorded
You're also
interviews,
the one who decided
and the
to make
content
this
of these
series.
discussions won't ever be known. Though we quickly
Death while talking was...
Why does that
learned that the
sound
deaths
like
were directly caused by
a weird book they just want to write, but they never did because they're too fucking lazy?
Yeah.
And in that case, why? Like, I assume that this is like put together by Americans and like taking place in America because Americans always make everything in America.
Yeah.
So why is the file like set up in such a manner that you would expect for like a Japanese book? Like the cover is on like what would be the back of the book for us.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Who knows? Ready to continue?
look at the earlobe.
Why did you make me look at that? Come on.
Conversing with
Oh,
the
what
creature
the
itself.
fuck?
Once known, we sent in a team to set up cameras and microphones. The creature sat
Ah!
idly by as the team prepared everything.
It's just a dead man and a. It's just a corpse in a coat.
Never
and
attempting
hat.
to
Green man.
engage the men in conversation. It's worth mentioning that each of the men sent inside had been deaf from birth, as each individual that went inside experiences an intense compulsion to ask the creature questions. But, as we immediately learned during the next few sessions, there are questions that enrage SCP-6009, questions not meant to be answered. Our mission statement is to retrieve the answers to those questions and the questions themselves, but bringing the data back outside has proven to be more than just a difficult task. For reference, here's the transcript from the last recorded meeting, where I was simply working as Class D observer, an expendable worker doing little more than taking notes. I'd already taken part in 2 others.
Wait,
One subject
hold
had
up.
immediately
Is this guy like Raster Richesing a Class D?
Yeah.
Like just like have a D class that's like assigned to this thing, and for some reason is the one taking the notes, and then all of a sudden now he's the lead researcher on it.
The researchers are the ones that take the notes, not the D
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, so like they gave researcher-esque duties to the D class, and then later it's just like, oh, whatever, you can be a researcher now.
I told Bright earlier that they won't understand, that they don't understand how the SCP universe works at all, and I feel like this is going along with that.
Yep.
Though it's also showing they don't. Wait, is that other hand perfectly drawn on the thumb? Now I'm just pissed off. So they know how to draw a fucking thumb, but they. Okay, just press play.
Subject
May-
one.
Maybe
network.
it might not be that they know how to draw a thumb. It might just be a broken clock right twice a day sort of thing.
Yeah. Also, I love how subject 01, not recorded, corrupted files, deceased.
What? So stupid. Oh no, I need to document information about Subject 01. It was not recorded, but we also corrupted the not recordings. He's dead, by the way. Here's a bunch of squiggles on a fucking poster board we found out back. Why am I doing this?
Fuck you.
We love you.
I could be playing Skyrim.
You can do that tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's Dredge stream.
To play
Oh,
both.
no. One ear is lower than the other.
and the second committed suicide shortly
Yes, because you can buy a bottle of green skulls and bones.
I
That's
just went
probably radiation.
like, oh yeah, this person was deceased. Oh yeah, by the way, this person committed suicide.
This one, they just died somehow. This one, they got a hold of the mysterious evil goo that we store in the janitor's office.
Honestly,
And they
that
just-
looks like radiation, like he found liquid radiation and drank it.
Or rather, the common stereotype for radiation, because it don't actually look green.
Well, there are types of intense radiation that is green and bright. You just wouldn't drink it, and unless I guess you're in the SCP universe and want to die.
Really, like I guess that's the thing. I guess like there would be like some radioactive substances. Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm thinking
It was
like
the same
radiation.
type of radioactive substance
Warning,
that used to
Do
be
not
used
follow
in
the great
glass
Dr.
and
Bright
cloth
on
and-
Twitch. Worst
Oh, man,
mistake
there's so many
imaginable.
danger
I
items.
repeat, do
Yeah,
not
I was-
follow the
I
great
was thinking
Dr.
more of,
Bright
like,
on Twitch.
the color of radiation on its own, and
Well, that's
Um,
fair. On its own, it's not green.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also-
like radiation tends to come out as blue
Yeah,
light.
Also, by the way, thank you for following Dew on the Grass. I'm sorry, but you're about to suffer with us.
We're watching
Also,
content farms, and content farms are, well,
Content farms.
magical.
Also, are we sure that Dew on the Grass is not a bot?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it's just them on their own. Sorry if they affected you with that. We've had problems with bots in the past. Oh, they're a streamer. So,
Oh, okay. Then, yeah,
Also, if you notice,
yeah.
half of the one thumb on the lower hand is
Yeah.
missing. It's also too long.
Yeah. What
Ugh.
the fuck?
Why did they just they got slightly better art in the previous video, but now they just gave they gave a half-assed lesson to their fucking 10-year-old and said, okay,
Kinda
now
like they
you
got a little
animate it.
better, sobered up a little, and then they just looked at the bottle and they're like, "Oh man, that scotch. That scotch is calling my name."
Wait, it looks like he's saluting the corpse.
Oh,
Farewell, strong soldier. I keep telling them to stop putting the evil goo in the janitor's office, but they won't listen.
Anyways.
After the interview, before being able to relay what they'd learned inside. Subject D-1783, Daniel Harris. Are you prepared to interview SCP-600?
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah!
Why is there a marshmallow with a dust bunny on the bottom of it on my screen?
Alright, I forgot I made a bookworm and editor for my sound alerts. So they added America. Fuck yeah.
Oh no. Fuck. Why? America! Green goo! Gonna drink all the green goo right now. Fuck yeah, America!
I'm gonna get water.
Make sure it's not green goo.
It's water.
Oh my god. They say because it's funny. I wonder why Daryl's not working.
Yeah, I have the water.
It's not green water, is it?
It's clear water.
Hmm.
I live in
Yeah.
California. Our water is still filtered.
Alright, I'll hydrate. Thank you, doing the grass. Alright, we ready to continue?
Yes.
Fine, ready.
Zelensky asked. The subject nodded, his face pale white from what could only be utter horror. Neither of us had ever seen the creature that loomed inside the old classroom. We just knew that it had killed 2 people and that it wasn't human. So I just ask it a few questions and then I come back out? Subject D-1783.
Wait, why does he look like Dai Denogla?
What?
Oh, I hate that.
Wait, what happened?
He's a YouTuber.
Yeah, is a YouTuber that we both know of.
Okay.
He does.
Well, I mean, to be
Just keep
fair,
going.
You're saying Hatchet.
It's good.
Alright.
He asked. Exactly. You've already been given the list of questions. Once you're done, leave the room. Do not ask any personal questions. Stick to the script. What happens if I mess up? He asked. SCP-6009 will remain friendly until you ask a wrong question. Any question not deemed safe might result in your death. Stick to the script and you'll be fine, Zelensky explained. The script was a collection of questions Zelensky had deemed safe after observing the little information.
Why did they use 2 different fonts like it's perfectly fine than Zelensky.
Why did they format it like this?
They're
Like,
trying
they
to
used-
make it look like Zelensky signed that way. But let's be honest, no doctor ever signs that way.
Because fonts are their passion. Oh my god.
Word documents are my passion.
I might as well put the bingo board away for now because, you know,
I could still maybe get a bingo with, I don't know, maybe he'll just start throwing slurs around. We don't know yet.
oh my god.
Let's keep going.
The
Everything
video's
we'd
still
gotten out from the
young.
room intact. By some
Oh my
strange
God.
force of nature, most data ended up corrupted, including the one question that would always lead to the interviewer's death. With that, I turned on the camera stuck inside the classroom. It had been abandoned for the better part of a decade, concealing a creature that had never made any attempt at escape, nor did it seem to experience hunger.
Also, what shitty school has wooden chairs?
A lot
I
of
mean,
old schools, Bryce.
A lot of them.
Really?
They're not.
Yes.
They weren't shit. Actually, wooden chairs, if they're made right, are actually really good. The issue is it's a very old thing, and eventually, even the best wooden chairs will start to eventually rot, which can hurt children. That's why they just did the lazy thing and switched to plastic, which always hurts children.
Yeah,
Or metal.
Yeah, at my school, I had the metal scoliosis chairs, where basically the backs were like in a wavy pattern instead of straight.
Oh, yeah, those things.
I hated them.
We had some of those.
But yes, I can tell you, old wooden chairs are built better than most modern chairs and more comfortable, and they're more
Yeah.
stable.
Alright,
And it pisses me off.
and 3.
Those
What's
old
this?
fucking chairs, if they weren't drawn so terribly, would probably be comfortable as fuck.
Yeah.
What's
I
this?
would rob those children chairs.
Oh my god, Bookworm, you call these colors chairs, but not gay chairs because they aren't straight.
But
Anyways.
Thirst or boredom. It just sat in the front of the room. At
I
first
call
sight,
the scoliosis
it looked like a human dressed in a
chairs
trench coat,
the
wearing
child
a large
torture
hat.
chairs.
It was
Yeah.
looking down at the table, keeping it hidden from the camera. How the creature ended up inside the classroom has remained unknown. From the little non-redacted parts of the document I've read,
Serious murderer in school. What?
they got their fucking 10-year-old to draw what he thinks a newspaper looks like.
Newspapers aren't colorful.
I mean, the first pages on like the newspapers around where I live have color.
Well, yeah, but if it's
But-
about a news about a school where it's so old that the chairs are wood, then if
True.
the news on it would not be in color.
True.
Anyways.
it suddenly appeared during a history lesson, killing the teacher as the children fled the room. Then it sat itself down and waited as the entire school got put into quarantine, led by the SCP Foundation. The subject walked inside, his hands trembling as he held onto the pile of papers. He'd only signed up because of his family. His kid needed urgent medical treatment that the Foundation.
What?
His child looks like
This-
someone whose hair was melted on.
Yeah, they said
The
it found
entire-
SCP Clinic, which means I guess the Foundation owns clinics now.
Is the veil of secrecy just non-existent in this version
I
of
would
the
like
SCP
to comment,
Foundation?
are they sure this is a clinic? Because the heart monitor looks like a flat screen.
It's
And it's
just
being held by, what, a cabinet?
It's just a flat screen TV on some IKEA bedside table. We're not even gonna touch on the bizarre ass perspective of this so-called bed. The hell is
Or
this?
the
It looks like they've laid him up on a fucking wedge Swiss cheese.
Is his son just a marshmallow sitting on a wedge of cheese waiting to be eaten by the gods?
Yes.
Perhaps. Maybe that isn't hair. Maybe that's actually like the crisping of like the edge of a marshmallow as you roast it over the fire.
Mm-hmm.
The child is roasted. Time to sacrifice their life and marshmallow to the blood god or something.
No,
Not
to the
blood
marshmallow god.
There's no blood in there.
if kids, if you find blood in your marshmallows, what?
Don't eat it.
Just what?
Extra protein.
No.
Oh my god! Right, blood.
No. If you find blood in your marshmallow, do not eat it and tell your parents.
If you find blood in your marshmallows, feed them to Bright. Maybe she'll grow a brain.
You know, let's just keep watching.
Yeah.
Promised to provide after a quick job. Even with the
Wait,
high
are those
likelihood of
tattoos
death,
or tears?
the man was willing to risk it for
They
his
never
child.
moved.
It made me
Tears.
despise the Foundation more than I
They
already
never
did.
moved.
But the thing about it,
Neither should marshmallows, but they're moving somehow.
Wait, who's the guy behind the desk?
The
desk is
Foundation
blank,
boy.
It has nothing on there.
Wait a minute, I just realized. It looks like his ear's clipping outside.
Oh, it kinda is. Also, congratulations, we have our first marshmallow of color in this episode.
I think that might be the darkest skinned marshmallow we've had in any of the episodes.
Yeah.
I
So-
think we
so-
can click racism somehow on the bingo. We
Okay.
waited
Or
this
just for
long
fun.
Huh?
Or just for fun.
Just
Well,
click.
we waited this many episodes to have anyone with that dark of skin to pop up. There are people with darker skin.
You know what?
Yeah,
just for
the
fun, let's click
closer-
homophobia. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
No
the closest
homophobia.
the closest thing to, or like the closest marshmallows we've seen to that skin color were some of the like Nepalese and Indian folks in the Mount Everest.
all the corpses.
Yeah, all the corpses.
That feels like another mark on the racist scale. But anyway, let's watch this.
SCP is that once you join, you're in for life.
Approach the desk.
Zelensky said through the speaker systems. But what was
Approach
emitted on
your
the other side
desk.
was little more than scrambled static noises. It wasn't unexpected. The room emitted extremely high levels of electromagnetic interference, meaning we'd struggle to keep live contact while the subject was inside. Still, the camera seemed unaffected. We
Then
had
why
visuals,
wouldn't you have
but no
someone
audio.
go in the room
Subject
and watch while it was
D1783.
happening?
Yeah.
I feel like this
mean-
is something SCP staff would figure out.
I mean, to be fair, if you sent someone else in, they might be caught in the effects of the anomaly.
Well, they haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
As
Well,
far
fair
as we
enough,
know
but-
and how they're explaining it, the only one affected would be the one asking the questions.
Also, every time I say Zelensky, I keep thinking of the Ukrainian president. Says bookworm.
Yeah.
That's okay. President Zelensky is actually smart. This guy, well, let's keep going.
Respond,
Cucumber.
Zelensky ordered. Silence. He didn't seem worried nor surprised, but the protocol dictated that we always attempt to maintain contact with the subject inside. We were forced to helplessly watch as the subject sat down with SCP-6009.
That's
The
not
creature
what they
lifted its
do.
head,
Eh.
finally revealing its face. Its head was weirdly oblong, without eyes, a nose, nor ears. All it contained was a sliver of an opening that resembled a mouth,
Oh
with
no.
exceptionally thin, tall teeth.
Why?
What?
Oh no. I just realized what this makes me think of. I need to go
What?
get a picture.
Why?
New window, Google.
Should I show it on stream?
Yeah, you can. It's in a lot of memes.
Is it a creepypasta thing?
Yes and no.
I see. Is it a bookworm thing?
I'm sorry, what? Okay, image inbound. This is what it's making me think of.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you thought of some. I thought you were talking about something different, not that weird like hoax
alien.
thing.
Stupid little hoax desiccated alien corpse.
I can show it on stream, but it's zoomed in, which I think is better.
This SCP is just the weird little guy.
To me, this feels like them trying to make the Hat Man into an SCP.
Come to think of it, isn't there already an SCP that's based on the Hat Man?
Probably.
Or multiple? Like, that has to be a thing.
At first, when I saw the Trenchcoat Man, I thought they were going to try and rip off the Crooked Man.
Well, they also have the Crooked Man as a video, so...
Yeah.
That'd be really odd, just double dipping.
Let me look. Is there an SCP based on the Hat Man? And let me minus AI from the search because the AI is getting in the way.
Oh yeah, that's
no,
actually...
there is.
Oh, sorry.
There is no SCP based on the Hat Man.
Okay.
As far as I can.
Here's one thing. I wanted to know how to spell Erebus's name correctly. You know, the Great God of Darkness. Google AI says Erebus may refer to a Greek god, a volcano, or a haunted house.
When I think of a god of a volcano, I think of Pele. And no one fucks with Pele. She'll fuck you over.
When I think of Erebus, I just think of the region and the underworld in the Hades games.
Yeah. Also, I was always taught
oh, god damn it.
in middle school that how you say Erebus's name is Erebos. But there's then when I look at his name, there's no O. I was like, why the fuck are we pronouncing it with an O? I don't know. I was so confused. But anyways.
But yeah, that picture is basically how people describe the Hat Man. And sometimes there's some pictures with red eyes or white eyes or hey, it's just a black figure with a brim hat like that person.
Oh my gosh. Also, this is what Brooklyn says. Also been paused. I've been scrolling the Sellers Library and found a bunch that would probably get you copyrighted. There's so many of Deadpool dancing and sings Bye 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 for the newest Deadpool movie. Oh my god. Anyways, let's see how bad this gets.
Teeth. He opened his mouth and started to talk, letting out words we could hear. As he spoke, I could see rows upon rows of the thin teeth, counting upwards of 200. The creature seemed to smile. Though if it was happy, or had simply been created with anatomy resembling smiling, I didn't know.
It's a
Then
shark.
the subject asked his first question, one I hadn't been cleared to read. The entire script was classified for Class C personnel and below, with the exception of the few people actually going inside to converse with SCP-6009. Zelensky knew the audio wouldn't work, which remains the only reason why he allowed me to remain there as an observer. If you can get the audio working, I'll grant you access, he'd always stated, knowing it would be an impossible feat. For 2 hours, I sat in front of the monitor, watching them talk silently. I tried to reset the feed on numerous occasions, but always without success. Zelensky looked less worried. He was the only Class B personnel I'd ever seen enter the facility, and based on the few rumors I'd heard, he'd identified upwards of a dozen SCP entities. I can't get the audio working, Doctor, I said nervously. That was to be expected.
Well, all
Just
you
keep your eyes on
fucking
the
tried
subject,
is
he ordered.
resetting it.
Another
Yeah.
hour passed, and the subject kept getting more and more erratic. He was moving around on the chair, peeking behind himself as if expecting something to jump out from the dark corners. Even without measuring his vitals or hearing him, I could tell his breathing was getting more and more erratic. But then he suddenly froze in his chair. The creature's mouth widened, revealing even more teeth, but it didn't move from its chair. Instead, it looked back down at the desk, once again obscuring its face. The subject fell to the ground as he wriggled around in panic. His face had been sealed off by skin, as if his facial features had never
What the
been there. He
fuck?
just lay on the ground, suffocating. I jumped off from my chair, ready to call the guards and rush inside to save him, but Zelensky ordered us to stand by. "Do not approach them," he ordered. "Do you want to end up like him?" We stood back, knowing better than to go against
So
the
there's
order
no
of someone with
evidence
his
you'll
rank.
end up like them if you try to help. But now they're still trying to stop anyway, without any evidence whatsoever.
Yep.
Oh yes, totally SCP universe, because that's what all the scientists do.
I mean, I would assume that, like, given the framing, this guy knows more about the SCP than our narrator does.
Yeah.
I'm pressing doubt on that.
I mean,
I don't
he's
know
the
if-
one who, he's the one who's in charge of the entire investigation, and there's been, like, what, 5 other people done in this? He seems to have a better understanding of how the SCP functions.
Yeah.
At the very least, giving the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also, there's one thing I meant to say this earlier at the beginning of the stream. But for my birthday stream that I plan to do stream most of the day, there will be a time where I cut out because I gotta go to a birthday dinner thing. For my birthday, I'm streaming nothing but SCP games I found, including new ones that came out recently. So,
Good.
yeah. So yeah, just thought I would say that.
Aliens.
Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
All the while, the subject lay dying inside the room, as the creature sat quietly in his chair. Once he'd stopped moving completely, a few tendrils shot out from under the desk. They wrapped themselves around the subject, seeming to melt his flesh, removing any evidence that the subject had even entered the room. The microphone and recorder both got swallowed up by the creature. But there was a secondary receiver in the room, which as always ended up with corrupt data. The creature sat back in its chair. "Which question triggered it?" I asked. "We'll see," Zelensky responded calmly, seemingly unaffected by the subject's death. "Stay here," he continued as he walked towards the room. Protocol strongly dictated that we send a security team inside the room to retrieve the footage. But Zelensky just walked up to the door, ordered the guard to open it, and went inside. "Doctor, what are you?" I tried to get out, but he'd already gone inside. He walked up to the front of the classroom and stood in front of the creature. The creature lifted its head, but it wasn't smiling. Zelensky spoke a few words to it, but due to the lack of audio, I had no idea what they were. The creature frowned, but responded to the question, and Zelensky turned around to pick up the secondary receiver. With that, he came back outside, handed me the receiver, and told me to gather all non-corrupt data I could get my hands on. I just sat there in disbelief at what I had just seen, but the doctor seemed unfazed by the entire situation.
The hell?
Uh,
What? I'm so confused.
Basically, he pretended that it was dangerous to approach it if you did not bother it, and then he approached it. So he
Right.
actively lied. He actively lied to the main character.
This hurts.
Hmm.
I can't understand.
And like, that's the other thing I'm gonna point out is, like, again, this Fako version of the SCP Foundation is, like, leagues more unethical than the actual Foundation,
Yeah, the
because, like,
Foundation wouldn't pull that shit.
but, like, the main thing is, like, the fact that, like, they just keep shoehorning in details of, like, this person was just an average Joe, but they made a contract with the SCP Foundation to go fucking do some bullshit.
Like
it
SCP Foundation are fucking loan sharks.
Yeah, like they're treating the SCP Foundation like an like a fucking wildly unethical fucking like what's the word? Like medical testing company.
I think they're acting like they're weird medical versions of loan sharks.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like some poor fine.
wait, what's the group of interest as an insurance company? They're just confusing them with this. You know,
Oh
no.
Even that company has like no documented history of doing this shit.
Yeah. They're right.
Patrons is bookworm.
Or warlock page. This is just
What did you ask it? I stuttered. He gave me a cold look. I asked if it knew who I am, was all he said. And what did it say? I asked meekly. That's beyond your rank. I want the cleaned recording by the end of the day. Drop it off at the usual location. He ordered. Those were the last words Zelensky ever spoke to me. He never did send another subject, nor did he return in person. The recording I cleared up still remained a mystery. Though I was tasked with making it readable, I was by no means allowed to listen to the actual conversation. Whatever Zelensky learned from his own and the subject's question.
To clean up vocal data, you need to listen to it while you clean it.
Yeah.
How the hell is he supposed to know if it's been properly cleaned up if he
Wait.
can't listen to it?
Oh my gosh, no. I just realized Daryl is here because I hear Daryl's sounds. He's just invisible.
Okay, you have an invisible Daryl.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah.
Daryl's hiding from the content farm. Take us with you, Daryl.
Question. He got what he wanted, but I remain here, observing the creature as it patiently awaits its next victim. It still hasn't made any attempts at escaping, nor do I think it ever will. SCP-6009 appeared as an abnormally tall man wearing a trench coat and a large hat serving to cover most of its face.
Why
It
did they
spends
suddenly
all
make
its
it
time
look
sitting in
gay?
the teacher's chair in the
I mean, rewind it, pause it, and tell me they didn't somehow make it look like a gay corpse.
I don't. What?
See?
What?
I don't know if I see it.
Well, think of this. Why is it well dressed?
That's the same clothing it's had the whole video.
Yeah.
The clothing, the whole video looked like black and gray. Now it suddenly has the hat is suddenly like red instead of brown, with a nicely tailored like blue coat.
I guess I kind of get what you said.
Yeah. Do you expect them to be consistent, Jerry?
Why does his outfit look better than anything else drawn in this entire fucking thing? I'm sorry, it makes me think he's a gay corpse. He's the gayest eldritch abomination they've had on this their channel.
Yeah.
And he comes installed with weird tentacles.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Gay tentacle porn.
Yay!
Well, I don't want his tentacles.
It's fine. I'll take them. Anyways.
cover
You
most
were
of its
saying
face.
you wanted them.
It spends all its time sitting in the teacher's chair in the front of the classroom, only lifting its head when approached by a subject. The subject may ask the creature any question it desires, and will get a truthful answer. However, there are certain forbidden questions that will ultimately result in the subject's death if asked. SCP-6009 emits a hereby unknown type of electromagnetic radiation, causing fatal interference
did
with
they
any
make
audio
the gay
equipment.
SCP glow?
It emits
I guess.
electro radiation, so I guess so.
And so I guess now they're making. I guess that's like meant to be like a visual representation of radiation.
Yeah,
Probably
radiation
invisible
doesn't
to the
actually
naked
look
eye.
visible most of the time.
Yeah.
brought into the room. As such, no audio transmission has been possible. Local devices may be brought inside, but the data will inevitably end up corrupt with little recovery possible.
How about just sitting there and writing it the fuck down?
Yeah. Wait, are there actually devices that can break through electric radiation?
I would imagine to some degree.
You know what's more impressive than trying to break through like corrupting data?
What?
Writing it by hand.